So sorry about that. We had a minor interruption because I'm not a techie. Okay? Sorry about that. Yeah. My hand touched the wrong button. However, she said to me that there was a doctor in the building that Norman had his office in, and when the Rasta man, tried to wake him up and couldn't, he got, I guess, a little, bummy, and he went downstairs, called the doctor, who came up and said to him, put Mr. Manley in a taxi and take him to Mandeville General, which was right across the road, and they will pronounce him. So I had to call back Sam and the children, and I said, your dad is gone. And Samantha took it the worst I've ever seen. I mean, she adored him, She was the apple of his eye. And I suspect he was the apple of hers, And I came home in a daze. I was numb. There's no other word. I mean, you get numb. Your husband is dead. He's gone. Today here, tomorrow gone. I mean, 30 years of being, or 30 odd years of being together. And I landed at the airport, and I knew I had lots of work to do. I had to go and identify the body. I had to go get police, this, whatnot, that. So I became strong and fierce. I had no time to cry. Inside, I was a mess. But outside, on the exterior, I was strength personified. Because I had all these people that I had to be strong for, including Rachel, his beloved cousin, the closest thing to him. And I had to bring the news to the family, which I did. That was a Friday I got home. So I arranged to go to Mandeville to identify the body. And I asked Adam and Sam to go with, and Nicholas the client. He said no, he can't manage that. It devastated him, okay? And Adam was very stoic. I mean, he didn't show his feelings, but I know he was deeply, deeply wounded. So we trundled off to Mandeville, with me driving, of course, and Samantha sobbing in the back very softly, very sad. Adam very quiet, and me trying to be chatty and upbeat and saying, don't worry, man, because I did not believe it. I said Norman could not have gone and left me. He promised to stay, and he stayed for a very long time, let me tell you, longer than I thought he would have. But to die on me? No. Anyway, I went to the funeral parlor, and I had to pay a little money, and we did what we had to do. And I said, anyone want to see him? No. So I said, okay, well, I have to see my husband. And I had on a Rasta tam, I remember, my usual Rasta tam, and you had to wear your mask. And 2 men brought him into the room, whatever. And I said, may I hug him? And they said, well, because of COVID. I said, I don't care. That's my husband, and I'm going to hug him. And I hugged him, and I kissed him. And I said, goodbye, beloved, We'll see you again. I'll see you again on the other side. He was a Buddhist, so, But even then, I couldn't cry. I just wanted to lie down beside him and die. But I could not. Because there were people relying on me. So once I identified him and everything, I went out and filled out the paperwork, and then went to the police station, did what I had to do, and then went to the place that he rented in Mandeville and cleaned it out and took up his things and his Buddhas and so on. And I said goodbye. He wanted no funeral. He made that very clear many years ago. And he just wanted to be cremated very quickly and his ashes sprinkled in the hills. He said any hill. It didn't matter to him, but he loved the hills. He said, not the sea, Jennifer, because he knows I love the sea. So I said, okay, Norman, the hills. But I'm going to tell you something that took a toll on my life for 2 years, because this year is 3 years. And for 2 years, I walked around like a zombie. Yeah. I smiled. I did the appropriate things. People pressured me to have a funeral. I said no. I'm honoring my husband's wishes. And I'm sure many, many people were upset with me. But I have thick skin, you know. I've developed it over the years. So it didn't matter. I don't want a funeral either, you know. I just want to be celebrated in any which way. Or no way at all. You know what I mean? So Norman's gone. The children have to live without their dad. As I said, July 30th of 2024 will be 3 years. We still have his ashes. Sam is clinging. She's not ready. Could we wait a while? I said, take as long as you want, you know. But I do believe that we need to release his soul. And so I'm going to insist on it being done shortly. So I want to end on a high, not a low. That was about the death of my husband and the father to my children, who I will love for the rest of my life and who I will miss for the rest of my life. Grief, you go through it. Some days are worse. Some days it just hits me and I curl up in the fetal position. And other days I just say, well, he's gone, because he's gone. So I leave this message to you. Hug those that you love. Tell them you love them. Because time is not promised to any of us. We are here now and we can be gone later. You know? And we take each other for granted, don't we? A lot. You know, we say, tomorrow I'll check on mom. No, check on her today. Love your family. Love yourself. Love your children unconditionally. Ask for nothing but love. And with that, I will say, I love you all. Toodaloo.